People traveled across the world to see something beautiful, ancient, peaceful, untouchable. Then suddenly, gunfire. Screaming, running. Chaos in a place that was never supposed to feel like that. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Both sides think they're right. Some say, this is just evil. Nothing to understand. Others say, no. Something led to this. But here's the part nobody agrees on. What flips inside a person right before they turn a place of wonder into a place people will never feel safe in again? Because this didn't just break a moment. It broke a feeling. The feeling that some places are safe. And if that's not true, then what is? So what does God see when peace is shattered in seconds? Because what the Torah, the Gospel, and the Quran say about this might not just explain what happened, but it might expose what we're missing. Here's what happened. At the ancient pyramids of Teotihuacan in Mexico, a place people travel from all over the world to see, a gunman climbed to the top and started shooting tourists, families, children, people who showed up for a normal day, suddenly running for cover. At least one person was killed. More than a dozen were injured, and the gunman died by suicide. Just like that, lives changed forever. This is where it gets messy. Because this wasn't a battlefield. This wasn't expected. This was a place tied to history, culture, even something that feels sacred to a lot of people. And in seconds, it became chaos. So now people are asking, how can something like this happen anywhere? Are we ever really safe? What are we missing before moments like this? And here's the deeper tension. Is this just random violence? Or is there something broken that we're not seeing until it's too late? And this is where faith steps in. Here's what's interesting. The Torah doesn't just talk about violence. It talks about protecting life, especially in everyday places. It says, "You shall not murder." Exodus 20:13. Simple, clear, but that's not where it stops. It also says, "When you build a new house, you shall make a parapet for your roof, so that you may not bring the guilt of bloodshed on your house if anyone falls from it." Deuteronomy 22:8. Think about that. God is saying, even accidents, even potential danger, you are responsible to prevent it. So what happens when someone brings violence into a place where people should feel safe? Judaism doesn't just condemn the act. It challenges the community. What could have been done before this moment? This might challenge how you see it, because Jesus also didn't just talk about violence. He talked about the heart behind it. He said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." Matthew 5-9. Peacemakers. Not just people who avoid violence, people who actively create peace. And then this, "But I tell you that anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment." Matthew 5:22. That's deep. Because now it's not just about what happened at the pyramid. It's about what happens before moments like that. Uncontrolled anger, isolation, something building quietly. But here's what people are missing. Christianity doesn't just ask, why did he do it? It asks, where was the peace? Before the breaking point? Now listen to this. The Quran is extremely clear about the value of life. It says, "Whoever kills a soul, it is as if he had slain mankind entirely. And whoever saves one, it is as if he had saved mankind entirely." One life equals all humanity. So what does that mean when violence hits a crowd? And then this, "And do not cause corruption upon the earth after its reformation." Corruption doesn't just mean crime. It means turning something good into something broken. So when a place of history, beauty, and peace becomes a place of fear, Islam sees that as more than violence. It sees it as a disruption of order, a tearing of something that was meant to be whole. So what do all three say together? Life is sacred. Violence is never justified. And peace is something we're supposed to protect? But here's what people are missing. These texts don't just talk about moments like this. They point to everything before it. The warning signs, the silence, the things people ignore. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Because it's easy to call this evil and move on. But that doesn't stop the next one. And here's the hard truth. It's easy to want safety without taking responsibility for each other. It's easy to say, this is tragic. But harder to ask, what are we missing in the people around us? What pain goes unnoticed? What anger goes unchecked? Because sometimes the danger isn't sudden. It's silent. So now this turns to you. Not the gunman, not the headlines. You. Because moments like this feel random, but they're not always as random as they seem. So ask yourself, have you ever seen someone struggling and looked away? Have you ever felt something building inside you and ignored it? Have you ever assumed someone else would step in? This is where it gets uncomfortable. Because faith doesn't just ask, what happened there? It asks, what's happening around you right now? Who needs help? Who is breaking quietly? Who feels invisible? And what are you doing about it? Because at the center of all of this is one truth: life is fragile. Moments change fast, and peace is something we all play a role in protecting. So before you scroll past this, pause, look around your life, not for danger, but for people. Because sometimes the difference between chaos and calm is whether someone chooses to care before it's too late. So don't just see the tragedy. See the responsibility. See the human, not just the situation. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and head over to our YouTube page for more content like this.